I want you to all take a look at these pictures. So these photos you're looking at are from popular YouTube star Eugenia. Her physical appearance has sparked a wildfire of controversy. Not one, but 4 petitions have gone out there to shut down her social media accounts due to what those folks believe is her dangerous influence that she could be having on those potentially battling eating disorders. Although Eugenia herself has never admitted to anorexia or bulimia, the question, what we want to really talk about is what role social media can play in all this, because you're really talking about 2 different stories here, which is obviously if Eugenia has an eating disorder, that is something that needs to be addressed in and of itself. But then, of course, she has 452,000 followers on Instagram, and I guess some of her followers have admitted that they're jealous of her thin look and that her look makes them feel fat. And so social media, we've talked about, it can be an incredibly positive thing, but also it can be a very dangerous thing.
I feel for her, but she does not look good. I mean, from a professional standpoint, she looks like she needs help. I mean, she really looks emaciated. You know, I hope she seeks help for what.
Well, and it's one of the things that, Rosie, I'm sure you have a unique perspective on, because you have a big social media following, and it's a community where people can support one another, they can tear each other down, where people follow one another and their habits, whether they be good or bad. What role do you think social media plays in all of this?
You know what, it plays such a huge role. Being 420 pounds and having been there, and I was modeling, I was criticized for promoting obesity at that size. Having lost weight, then I was criticizing for losing the weight. So social media plays such an important part, but I think as someone that's on YouTube, someone that's on social media, and you develop a social following, you have a social responsibility to the people that follow you on being careful the message that you send out, because these people will follow things that you put out there. And if we're saying that everything's okay, you know, certain messages are okay to follow, then people will follow. But at the same time, we don't know what her story is.
That's
Everybody's
right.
so quick to jump. They don't know what the story is. Maybe she's dealing with anorexia. Maybe she's dealing with something else that's causing her to go through that. And people are taking, like this morning, I saw some of the comments that were being placed. They were telling her to slit her wrist. And, you know, that she wasn't going to believe because she was a skeleton. Who says that? We need, in a world that's full of so much hate, we have to show love.
That's the other irony of this situation, is you can quickly become a social media star. And as you mentioned, if you're going through something, it can be thrown in your face. And if you're struggling with an eating disorder, the last thing you need is to be criticized. Obviously, the last thing we need also is people following and looking at her and saying, oh, I want to look that way. I'm jealous. I feel fat because I'm looking at your thin pictures. We did reach out to her camp. Her management responded with the following: we're not looking to comment at this time. We simply appreciate supporting her and her family while we help them work through this. It's just, social media is such an interesting phenomenon. And I will say your case in particular also highlights positivity needs to win out when it comes to supporting one another and whatever she's going through. I hope.
Absolutely, absolutely. My message to her is that regardless of what size she is, we don't know what she's battling. She is beautiful, and she has the choice to turn her life around if she chooses to. If that's something that's not healthy, it's a choice that she has to make and get the support from the right people. We're so quick to judge, and sometimes we just need to step back and be able to support and show love.
Did you fucking hear that? Did you fucking hear that? Boy, I'ma dox you.